The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are still at the same price, but the bears are still in control. In today's video, we're gotta look at the overall market once again. I'm going to be sharing with y'all a massive opportunity, something that y'all should be keeping your eyes on, especially for this week. All right, we're also gonna look at some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the past videos. Now, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the Nasdaq, and today was beneficial for everyone, meaning for anybody who had puts going into the weekend. The short sellers, they got paid. All right, and in the middle of the day today, any dip buyers also had a chance to make some money on this move right here, or on this move right here, right? So there was a lot of choice. There was a lot of chances for everybody, depending on which side you were on. Okay, but ultimately, on a daily chart, what we see here is a doji, and the bears are still in control of the Nasdaq. Is my opinion changing? No, I still believe that we're gonna drop. I still believe 24,000 is imminent. I think it's going to get there. And right now it's taking a sweet time, which is a little bit irritating. But that's okay. That's okay. As long as we're not seeing any like drastic change. Again, depending on where you stand and depending on where you want the market to go. Personally, I want the market to collapse. So if we can get down here, that would be sweet. All right. Now the next one is the SPY, and the SPY ended up green, at least slightly green, slightly. I think it's chopping just to allow the moving average to catch up before we make a big move down. That could take maybe 1 day or two, 1 or 2 days. Tomorrow is what, Wednesday? And then we got Thursday and Friday. So we still got time. There's still potential for a drop. There's still potential in this one. Bears are still in control. So I'm not changing my thoughts on it. Now, the stock that I believe will provide a huge opportunity for all of us, apart from Google, again, which we will discuss. Apart from that, the stock that I really like for this week is none other than AMD. All right, now I'll clean up the chart. That way y'all can see exactly what I mean. With AMD, this is how it's looking. Had a massive bull flag. We had a huge run all the way up to 267. But now, what we've seen here is a double top, a classic double top. Top number 1, top number 2. Okay? And next thing, earnings. The stock had earnings about 2 weeks ago, and they didn't do too well, and this thing collapsed. All right, from 240 all the way down to 200. It started to fill the gap on the left right here. It started to do it, but it bounced during the last 2 weeks and went all the way back up to 220. All right, this is what you would call a dead cat bounce. It's not strong. It's not breaking above 220. It's rolling over, and it has been rolling over for the past 4 business days, and every single day it had a lower low. Right, that's what we're seeing here. And now that we're back inside of this gap. Right, this gap goes from 170 all the way up to 204. Yeah, to 204. Right, so now that we're literally $1 inside of the gap again, things are looking great for short sellers. Things are looking excellent for short sellers. As y'all can see, we had dip buyers right here. On Friday, dip buyers here, and then the gap down followed by the breakdown in the morning. We had a little green to red move and a break of 200. Opportunity right here for short sellers to make money off of. Now, I took that as a day trade today. I did, just to get out at 196-ish right here, and to get it back at the end of the day. It's not a massive position. It's not a huge position. It's a starter position. All right, I took it because it wasn't massive, because intraday There really isn't something clean here. All I see is just two rejections off of resistance, right? That's all I see. That's all I'm going off of. That's why I went in here small, just to test the waters. And then this happened. So this is good. I want you to set your alert right here at 194 and then patiently wait for it to ring, because it will ring. And when it does ring, just know this, that there is zero. I repeat, there is zero support below 197, which is good for us, right? Have your alert right there and patiently watch how it behaves. If tomorrow it does a whole lot of nothing, that's fine. Just wait an extra day, all right? But the day, I repeat, the day that level cracks, it's going to flush down to 170. So there is an opportunity on here, okay? There's an opportunity for all of us. So keep this one on your radar. I like it a lot. The weekly looks fantastic. The weekly looks great to me. Okay, and some people may argue there is support until, like, support is all the way down here at like 190.64, which I guess it is true. Yeah, it is true. All right. Anybody who bought AMD out here, all of these individuals, they're all going to freak out and they're all gonna panic the moment we get below 190, guaranteed. All right, so keep AMD on your radar for either this week or the next week. It's only a matter of time before we see that drop. Now, let's discuss Google. And Google, again, I told you guys that I was bearish and that I was shorting this thing. I was. And y'all know how I trade. When something gaps in my favor, like this right here, my entry being at the close, as always, right? I go in, I sell in the morning, and then I get out. I don't stay for the chop. I just wait until the close. Then I get in right here just to sell after the $5 drop. Immediately out the open, I'm out. All right, I get out, and then the stock chops and does a whole lot of nothing. The puts get cheaper, right? And then I get it back at the end of the day after it shows me another structure, which is nice. All right, so yes, I am back in again after making my money over the weekend. I am back in again on Google puts. I have Google puts looking to make money on the drop. It is still irritating that it's not, like, the drop that I really want to see isn't there yet. It's supposed to be much faster than this. It's quite irritating. It was supposed to be at 290 last week. But as long as it's slowly falling, I'm going to continue shorting. Okay? So my thoughts and opinions on Google have not changed. If you've been in it, again, you should have gotten paid already, right? And you're still in it, then hopefully this thing collapses more so that we can get even more money from it. So that's my thoughts on it. The next stock that we gotta discuss in today's video is another large cap stock that I haven't talked about in a long time. Meta. I don't like trading Meta most of the time, but sometimes I have to. I'm not in this one, not yet, at least. I have alerts on it. 628 and at 612 for good reasons. Let me see. Yeah, these are the reason. Yeah, that's the reason right here. Okay, so similar protocol with AMD. Same thing. Set your alerts and just wait for the bell to ring. Just wait for the bell to ring, because the moment it rings, then we might see this thing act as a magnet and then pull the price lower. So I do like Meta. I hate the volume. If I had to pick between AMD and Meta, obviously I'm picking AMD. But yeah, there's an opportunity on here. Not gonna lie, there is. For those of you who like trading the stock, eventually will it get low? Yes, but that is for another video. All right. Now, the last stock that we're gonna discuss in today's video is going to be Carvana. I haven't talked about this one in about a year. almost a year. Yeah, the last time I mentioned this one to y'all was here in February 2025. I warned y'all about the pullback down to a specific trend line somewhere back here. I drew this in that video. And then I told y'all just watch and wait. When it gets there, then yeah, you can start dollar cost averaging for the long term. And for those of y'all who listened, well, the stock is up from like the 200 all the way up to 500 and now it's down. Okay, so these pullbacks are normal. If I make this a little wider, like this, then they can give us a good idea on where I expect it to go, especially given the fact that earnings is right around the corner. So the company is going to report earnings. Most likely it's going to crush earnings. The numbers are going to be great. But I always tell y'all, that doesn't matter. What matters is the reaction to earnings. The reaction is what's important. And I think, regardless of what they put out, this thing right here is going to open at 265. That's what I think. Initially, that's my only thought. That's the only thing that makes sense to me personally when I look at this stock. Okay, I could be wrong, but hey, we'll see in like 24 hours when the stock reports. So it's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Reminder, I am not your financial advisor. So do your own research. Always do your own research and make your own decisions. All right. Don't forget to follow my social media at Paul and Goodman at Knowledge Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, don't forget to like and follow for more.